Hello again, this is Lino Tadros, and in this video we will continue working with local models. In the previous video we showed how to use the Foundry local, and we used the 5.4 mini to use Semantic Kernel against it locally on my machine. And in this video we're going to use Ollama and see what is the difference in using Semantic Kernel against Ollama for a local model. So let's go ahead and get started. So I already went to the Ollama website, downloaded the application, and on Windows it becomes a regular Windows application like this. You first have to install a model or two. So if you go down here when you start the application, when you say new chat, in the sending a message, you have access to all these models. So Gemma 3, for instance, whether you want to use 27 billion parameters, 4 billion, 12 billion parameters. There are DeepSeek. Notice there is 671 billion parameters. That would be a significant one to install. You're going to have to wait some time for this to come down. There is Qwen 1 for coding, and also the newer ones for GPT open source with 120 billion parameters and so on. So you get to choose whatever you want. I just installed a smaller one, 4 billion parameters only. It was about 5 gigabytes, and it's the Gemma 3 on my machine. Now I can come in here and I can say, why is the sky blue, for instance? And again, I am not connected to the internet, so this is all happening locally in an air-gapped machine in here. No access to the internet whatsoever. So it's talking directly to the local model, Gemma 3 with the 4 billion parameters, and it should come back once it's loaded into memory. Remember, I did not load it yet, so it will have to load that into memory, the 5 gigabyte, and then after that it will be able to answer our question. And there you go, it's going to start answering this question, the blue color, blah, 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 rarely scattering, that means it got it correctly. And notice it's going a little bit slower, but again, remember this is a smaller model, and it's actually doing a pretty good job, and it will finish. And remember, you're not paying for anything. There is no tokens. Everything is running locally on your machine. So this is definitely very, very powerful. Of course, if you download the one with like 70 or 120 or 600 billion parameter, it is a significantly bigger in gigabytes on your machine, but it will be much more powerful and much faster to respond as well. So put that in mind as well. All right. So now that we have done this, let's go ahead and see how we can actually do the same thing using Ollama, but from code in Semantic Kernel as well. All right, let's go back to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to create a new project like you always will say, create a new project in .NET. We'll go to our favorite console app, and in here we'll say 07, okay, 07 dash, and we'll call it Ollama and go for it. Yes, create it in a folder, put it in the solution, and we get 07 Ollama. First thing, like we always do, we need to bring in all the NuGet packages that are going to be needed. And in this one would be very similar to what we did before, which is the Microsoft extension configuration. I'm going to add the app setting .json, so I need to bring in the configuration for JSON. I'm going to use the latest Semantic Kernel 1.6.4 as of the recording of this video. But there is a new connector now. The connector is semantickernel.connectors.ollama. And it's still in alpha right now, all right, and it's moving very fast, but it's working pretty well. It's 164 alpha. Once I see Control S on this page, all of them will be brought in, and if there is any errors, it will show up at the end, but it looks like everything is in good shape. All right, this one requires an app settings because I need to tell it the endpoint where it is, and actually the name of the model that I would like to use. All right, let's go ahead and click on this, and we'll say app settings.json. Alrighty. If you called it something else, that's fine. Just remember, in your code for the program CS, you need to tell it where the JSON file for the configuration is. I always call it app settings.json, which is the norm, but you can definitely do it however you'd like. All right. From that point on, let me go ahead, and you can read the documentation to find out what is the port number that Ollama likes to use. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to create a new key called Ollama here in my JSON file. The model ID is the one I already downloaded with the Gemma 3 with 4 billion parameters. That's the name of it with the colon and everything. You have to remember that. And the endpoint, like I said, this is always going to be running locally. It has to be HTTP localhost, and the port number that Ollama uses is 11434, okay? You will notice that in the next video when I'm going to do Docker model runner, it changes the second one to 2, so it's 12434 for Docker. So you don't have to forget which one is which. The 11434 is Ollama, the 12434 is the Docker runner and model runner in Docker, okay? I don't need an API key, of course. This is all running on my machine in here. It's all ready to go. All right, let me save this. Let's go to the program CS. I'm going to delete all that, and I'm going to bring in almost identical code that we had before, which is there is my configuration builder that is loading from the app settings.json. And I always like to make optional equals to false. I want it to absolutely load from that file. So it's up to you, it's not a big deal. And then the chat completion service. Now it's using Ollama API client. Notice this is very different than what we had before regarding the kernel and building the kernel. So this is only for Ollama. Nothing else works the way Ollama works. So if you remember, if I open, for instance, Hugging Face or something like that, you will notice my code always started with kernel equals kernel.createBuilder, and I always add the Hugging Face or the OpenAI or the Azure OpenAI after the create builder right away. So you would think for Ollama I will have to do the same thing with the kernel.createBuilder dot add Ollama chat completion or something like that, but it's not the case. They did not implement it this way. The way it works for Ollama is that you'll have to create an instance of the Ollama API client, passing it the endpoint and the model ID as chat completion server, which is quite annoying that you always have to typecast it like this. And that will be your chat completion service. So it's not part of the create builder of the kernel itself. So be careful with that for Ollama, okay? Everything else is pretty much the same. The history will be the same. I'm passing the system message like before inside of the chat history. Notice this is not an OpenAI prompt execution settings. They have their own. They have the Ollama prompt execution settings, and I'm setting the temperature 0.9, which is a flow, which is very high for creativity. Again, I always like to do this, to go to this and push the control key on the keyboard and click on it. And I always wanted to go all the way to the bottom to find out what are all the properties that are available. There are not much for Ollama. There is temperature, there is top P, top K, and non-predict. That's about it. So there are no... a lot of maximum tokens are not in here, so it will be whatever the model Gemma 3 4 billion parameters is going to be allowing at this point. So, and there is no system message, for instance, like OpenAI or anything like that. So put in mind that Ollama has a very, very small amount of available properties that you can set on the prompt execution settings as well, which is not a big deal. It will still work for us. So the only thing I was able to set is the temperature for 0.9. I still can use whatever reducer I want. I can use the truncation reducer or the summarization reducers like we did before. I can go through a loop for all the different attributes on the service. That will still work. And the code will be exactly like we did before. I'm using streaming instead of one block. And that's it with the reducers and everything. Same code like before. The only difference is, please remember line number 25. There is no add Ollama completion service. It has to be created as its own API client, and that will return an as chat completion service. That's the major difference about using Ollama with Semantic Kernel. Sounds good? All right, let's save this file and let's see if it will work for us. We'll say cd. Let's go to 07 Ollama. We'll clear the screen and we'll say .NET run. And we'll give it a few seconds here to build everything and restore the NuGet packages and everything. And the model, notice, is going for the localhost 11434. The model ID is Gemma with the 4 billion parameters. And the prompt, why is the sky blue? And let's see if it comes back with an answer locally from Ollama on my machine using the Gemma 3. Drums rolling and it worked. Hey there, that's a fantastic question. It's one that's fascinating people for ages. And as long as it mentions the word Raleigh scattering, that means it got it right and everything looking good. Push enter again and we are out. So Ollama, none of the stuff has access to the internet. Nothing left my machine. Even if I don't have internet access, this would have worked right away. Hopefully that makes sense, how to use Semantic Kernel very easily with Ollama and local models on your machine. If you like it, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to creating the last one for this specific local ones, which is the Docker model runner, which is very interesting as well. Thank you.